I never considered the military as a thing to do, but a friend of mine was enlisting in the Navy. I went along with him, didn't have anything better to do that day, and enlisted. I had joined the Navy, went to San Diego for boot camp, and was trained to be an electrician, and turned out to be one of the worst electricians the Navy ever saw. And they asked me to do something else for a living, so I worked in a TV studio for a while on board an aircraft carrier. I went into recruiting duty and learned a lot about working with people there, and decided that's really what I wanted to do. And I changed my career, became a counselor for the Navy, working with service members on educational goals, on what their next duty station will be, and also helping them transition out of the military. Now, when I retired from the Navy in 1992, I went to work as a transition counselor at the air station in Alameda, and ended up as a County Veteran Service Officer in 2003. County Veteran Service Officers, there's one in virtually every county in California, and 30 other states have a County Veteran Service Office program. We are veterans advocates. We're hired by the county, not by the Veterans Administration. We help veterans get the benefits that they're entitled to, as far as compensation for disabilities that were incurred in the military, pension for wartime veterans or for surviving spouses, education benefits, housing, a little of this, a little bit of that. County Veteran Service Officers are hired guns that help the veterans deal with the world's largest bureaucracy. I served in the military for 20 years. I was on board ships, I was at an air station. I saw so many people working so hard and doing so much in a very dangerous environment, not because they had to, but because they wanted to, because it was what needed to be done. It is so humbling to deal with these people that have done so much for their country and given so much, and they don't think anything about that. Their humility is so heart-touching, because they did so much, but they don't think anything about it. And they are so hesitant to ask about a benefit. They're afraid they're going to take something away from somebody else. And they're not. The benefits are there to be accessed. There are pretty much 4 reasons why veterans don't get their benefits. And the biggest one is they have no idea the benefit is there. They don't know about compensation, just like workers' comp. They don't know about a wartime pension. They don't know about VA health care or some of the education benefits. So the number 1 reason, they don't know the benefit exists. The second reason is they don't think they're eligible, and that amazes me. There are so many veterans that don't realize that they're veterans. They think that because they weren't in battle or they weren't injured in battle, or they didn't retire from the military, that they don't qualify as a veteran. And that's nonsense. If they served in the military, they're a veteran. The next reason that I hear for not getting their benefits, they don't know how to apply, or they think it's just too much of a hassle. And that's something that I can very much help with, doing the paperwork, interacting with the Veterans Administration. We take care of all of that. But the 4th reason that I hear, the one that really kind of bothers me, is a veteran will say, I don't want to take anything away from somebody else. And it goes back to that humility I was talking about. They're not taking anything away. They're just bolstering the system. They're bringing more people into the Veterans Administration, improving funding and everything else. The very best part of the job, the thing that I love most, is when I talk with a veteran or surviving spouse and can tell them that the benefit came through. I've worked with a number of people that were very, very close to being homeless. And By working with the VA, by working with these fantastic people at the regional office that care so much about the veterans, working with the veterans themselves, getting everything together, getting it through, and preventing homelessness, preventing a need to go into assisted care because they can now afford somebody to come into their home and provide assistance. It is just so heartwarming to see the reactions of people getting what they deserve. I do think of this as a calling rather than a job, because there is so much to give to these people that gave so much themselves. The veterans are so selfless and so humble and so much in need of an advocate. Again, I can do it. I'm in a position where I can get them the treatment, I can get them compensation. And by golly, we're going to do it. We're going to get this done. We have 11,000 veterans in Napa County. And by the time I'm done, I intend to make sure every single one of them is at least aware of the benefits that they've got so that we can help them get those benefits.